Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and in this video let's do the unboxing and have a first look at this Realme X3 Super Zoom. And in fact they launched two variants. This is the zoom one, they also launched a regular one, and this is certainly a camera centric smartphone. So guys, as you look at the back, this one is powered by the Snapdragon 855 Plus, and this says that it has that 120 Hz display. It's a IPS LCD screen, guys, and it's a full HD plus. And the big thing is that this one is coming with that 64 megapixel main camera, and it says 60x zoom. That is again digital zoom, periscope zoom, but I feel up to 20x it should be okay. And some of you keep asking me about SAR values, so here it is. SAR value for the head is 1.188 and for the body is 0.906, and it comes in two variants, guys. This is the higher end variant that comes with 12 gigabytes of RAM and 256. There'll also be another variant that comes with 8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage. So pricing for that one starts at 28,000 and this is 33,000 and will be sold via Flipkart. I'll leave the links. So let's open this up. Oops. And here it says Realme and looks like case and some paperwork. I'll just keep to the side. And this is a typical that plastic TPU case that you're getting, and this is slightly colored, grayish color, I would say. Let me keep this to the side. And here is the phone itself, and let's just open this up. And this what do you say, dark bluish green gives a gradient, as you can see. If you can see here, gives that gradient, and again that highlight is that periscope camera for the zoom. And again we have two cameras even on the front one, so certainly a camera centric smartphone. And what else do we get? We just get a USB type C cable, as you can see, and a SIM ejector tool is also here, and we get a fast charger. It just says Realme over here, and this is actually a 30-watt fast charger, guys. So let me keep this thing to the side. Let's look at the device itself. A screen guard is actually pre-installed, guys, as you can see. So that is pre-installed. And let me give you a physical overview. On the top we have a secondary noise cancellation microphone. On this end we have the fingerprint sensor, and I believe this might be also the power button. Yes, it is tactile power button also. Bottom will be the speaker. Your SIM tray is here, so let's look at it and see the configuration. What do we get? So it's just a dual SIM nano, guys, no expansion slot. So again, beware of that, no micro SD card slot on the same. And here we have the volume rockers on this one. Back that quad camera setup, and front again that dual camera. And let me just try to power it on, and by the time it actually boots up and I set it up, here is a configuration overview. This Realme X3 Super Zoom is having a 6.6 inch Full HD Plus IPS LCD screen with 120 Hz display refresh rate. It's powered by the Snapdragon 855 Plus octa-core processor, protected by Gorilla Glass 5, comes with 8 or 12 gigabytes of RAM, and storage will be 128 or 256, and it's UFS 3 storage. Moving to the camera, it's a quad camera setup. The main camera is a 64 megapixel f1.8. Then we have a 8 megapixel, that is 5x zoom with that periscope zoom option, and 8 megapixel is ultra wide, and then we have a 2 megapixel for macro. Moving to the front facing camera is a 32 megapixel and also a 8 megapixel ultra wide camera, and it comes with a 4200 milliamp hour battery with a 30-watt fast charger. So guys, I've set up the device, so let's have a first look at the same. And as you can see, this is having that 6.6 inch screen, and again this is coming with the new Realme UI. You have the app tray and some junk is installed. So for example, UC browser, let's see if we can uninstall it. Yes, you can uninstall some of the junk that is pre-installed, so that's nice. Daily Hunt, yes, you can definitely uninstall some of the junk. And the thing is that though it's an IPS LCD screen, so the viewing angles are good, but this is supposed to have that 120 Hz option. So let's see by default. I didn't change it. Let's see what it comes by default. Let's go to display, and I'll increase the timeout also. And auto brightness, I've disabled it, guys, but it's there. Screen refresh rate, it's right now on auto, but let's just force it to 120. So I've forced it to 120, and in animations it slightly becomes actually faster, I would say. So that is something that you noticed with 120 Hz. I'll test it with 120 Hz only if you guys want a review of this one. Do let me know what do you want me to keep it at, 60 or 100. But again, this is typical the new Realme UI. So you have everything laid out over here, and this is the higher end variant, guys. So let's now look at the storage. It might be in additional settings, and about 21 gigabytes is sort of used out of that 256 gigabytes of storage. So that's regarding the storage, and obviously this is having the virtual buttons, but again you can have the full navigation, I'm pretty sure. Let's just try to change that navigation buttons to swipe gestures and something like that. So yeah, so again you have this, so you just swipe like this and hold it. This is how the new Android is, so I'll just use it like this. And because it's running on the Snapdragon 855 plus SoC, again in general UI you shouldn't have a problem with the same on this one. And guys, note that the base variant will come with 8 gigabytes of RAM. This is the 256, this comes with 12 gigabytes of RAM. And the fingerprint scanner is mounted over here, and again as you can see it is pretty responsive, very responsive. In fact, you don't have to press it. If you just place your hand over here, it unlocks. But this is actually the power button also. I wish they went with an AMOLED screen, but this is what we are getting. And that front, if you notice, we have that pill-shaped design, because this one is having the dual camera, and the primary camera is actually a 32 megapixel, which is a Sony sensor, and we also have ultra wide. And let's also look at the rear facing camera with that zoom and all those things. I don't think so the UI will change that much, but I'm just gonna definitely, as you can see, this is the regular one, and as it's the Snapdragon 855, I don't think so. Yeah, as you can see, it's really fast. So you have 1x, this is that wide angle, and again then if I go, it goes to 2x zoom. Then the next option is 5x, and this is also optical, guys. I'm zooming crazy high. And then we have 10x, but you can do digital zoom also up to 60x it claims. I don't think so you should go to 60x, but definitely that 10 or even 20x, as you can see, you can go crazy like this if you want. Should be good, and I'll definitely test that. And you have a dedicated 64 megapixel mode also on this one, as you can see. And here are some of the other modes like macro and the Pro, that is the manual mode. Now let's look at the front facing camera, and this is the front facing camera. And how do we move? We go to the photo mode, and here, okay, here as you can see, this is regular, and if I press this goes to that ultra wide. So this is nice. Ultra wide on a front facing camera, I feel can be useful if you have 2-3 people taking selfies. That can be useful. And by default some beauty modes are enabled, so disable all that things. And let me do one thing, let me actually take some sample shots with this one so that you have a better idea regarding the camera. So here are the samples. I do feel that it saturates the color a little bit, but again some of you might like that vibrancy and punchiness in the colors, as you can see. And for more or less, as you can see, you get some very good shots. This was that wide angle lens, and this is zoom, this is regular, then this is 2x, this is that 5x, this is 10x. So one more example, regular, this is that 2x, 5x, and 10, and going bonkers with the zoom. And this was that ultra wide. Again, for close-up shots also, as you can see, this is regular, and the macro also does a good job. Now moving to artificial lighting, here I felt that it did not oversaturate the colors like it did outdoors, and they were close to natural, and also you get some good shots. This is regular, and this was that wide angle lens. Now moving to human subjects, again as you can see here also it did a good job. This was a zoom, this was ultra wide, and this is again regular shot. And here I used that background blur option, and here that zoom option with the background blur, and as you can see, you get some good shots with the same. Moving to the front facing camera, the 32 megapixel does a good job, but the wide angle makes it dark, as you can see. One more example, this was the regular shot, and this was that ultra wide angle. Shooting this video with the front facing camera, and you can set it to wide angle. As you can see, I've set it to wide angle, so it's nice that they're allowing us to shoot the video even in this wide angle. Now I'll just switch to the regular angle so that you can see the difference. Now I've switched to regular angle, and also I have enabled a stabilization option, and as you can see, I'm just walking around, and in fact it looks actually good in the preview window. You guys let me know what do you feel This is with that stabilize option, and even though I'm just walking around, might be good for vlog style videos like this. So guys, that's it for now for the unboxing and first look at this Realme X3 Super Zoom. So what do you guys think about this one? And if you guys want, I can do a full in-depth review of this smartphone after using it for about a week or 10 days. So do let me know about the same. Anyways guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and if you guys are still not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care guys.